Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. September the 21st, Wembley Stadium. That seems to be the most likely fight which is going to take place. Certainly out of the other names that we're hearing, Joseph Parker, Zhilei Zhang, Daniel Dubois is the most appealing for a variety of reasons. It may potentially bring a world title. It may bring a vacant title. It may bring a full title. It may be a world title fight. We don't know yet. Never mind the world title fight. You're talking about an all-British affair in Wembley Stadium. You have Anthony Joshua, the man who kind of helped drag British boxing out of the doldrums, and Daniel Dubois, the young, and he is still young, by a heavyweight, 26 years old is not really anything. The young up-and-coming heavyweight looking to forge his own path, and a man who has really come through and grown a lot over the last year. I mean, bear in mind, it's been not even a year since the Alexander Usyk fight, where he gave a good account of himself. It wasn't like, Alexander Usyk was brilliant in that fight, but it wasn't like he was completely blown out of the water. Daniel Dubois did give a good account of himself in it. And to go from that, have a lot of questions about, where are you at? What are you going to do? What's next? To be put in at the deep end straight away against Jarrell Miller, to get that win, and in a fight where he really grew, to then go in against a number one ranked heavyweight with the IBF and Filip Hrgovic, to survive a really rough early start to the fight, and to come through that and win, Daniel Dubois' confidence must be up there. Anthony Joshua, over the last year, has built his confidence back a lot through activity and through good performances. Started out with Jermaine Franklin. I think in hindsight, they shouldn't have used Jermaine Franklin as an opening opponent, because I don't think that helped him really that much, because it was tricky, it was awkward. Yes, he won the fight, but it was awkward. He gets that knockout win over Helenius, he beats up Otto Wallin, and then he stops Francis Ngannou in 2 rounds. Now, Francis Ngannou, although he's a big, strong man, he is a far cry in terms of a boxer from Daniel Dubois. You can say what you want about Francis Ngannou, but on a punching machine, he hits so hard. A punching machine isn't punching back. Daniel Dubois is a massive puncher. And in terms of fighters that Joshua has fought, if he does fight Dubois, with the exception of maybe Vladimir Klitschko, I would say that actually Daniel Dubois might be the biggest puncher. Again, with the exception of Klitschko, and even then I'm a bit not too sure. Daniel Dubois might be the biggest puncher Joshua's faced. He is someone who, yes, physically, when you look at him and you see what he does in there, he does make a lot of mistakes, and he is open to shots. Filip Hrgovic was not able. He was having a harder time missing with the right hand than he was actually landing it. So he is open to shots. He's shown a good set of whiskers, to be fair to him. You don't want to take too many right hands from Anthony Joshua. Ask Francis Ngannou. He'll tell you all about that. He'll tell you all about Anthony Joshua's right hand. He didn't want to. Don't take too many of them. Daniel Dubois, again, shown good punch resistance, has a very good jab, an incredibly powerful, fast, snappy jab. That's a brilliant jab. And it's a jab where, if you've looked at Dubois from very early on in his career, even he turned pro at the age of 18, 19. I think he was 19 when he turned pro. And you look at Dubois, that jab was key even then. When he turned pro, you saw that jab, how accurate and precise that jab was, even early on. Well, he's developed it quite well throughout his career. That's going to be right in Anthony Joshua's face. And Anthony Joshua, it's all well and good to go in there and look good against an Otto Wallin. A southpaw who is, I've said he's Alexander Usyk if you got him off Wish. And then a guy whose background was in mixed martial arts. To go in there against the young, hungry, fired up heavyweight like Daniel Dubois, who seems to have confidence to burn these days, and is someone who is not afraid to let his hands go, is someone who will take a shot to be able to give a shot back, because he knows the shot he can give can hurt any heavyweight on the planet. Ask Filip Hrgovic. This, to me, has all the makings of a fantastic fight. One thing I will say, it has the makings of a fight with Carnage. This fight, when I look at both fighters, there are certain fights you look at and you think, okay, it might go a certain way. A good example would be Wilder versus Zhang. I kind of did expect a knockout, but I expected a bit of a cagey, boring, dull couple of rounds. Maybe longer if it went longer. This fight I don't see it. This fight I just see carnage. I just see big shots going in from early on, and I would be, I would say if I was a betting man, I would say you'd be an absolute fool to bet money that this fight even remotely comes close to going the distance for either guy. Because I make few bets, but if I was a betting man, I'd be betting that Joshua Dubois will not see the final bell. No way. And honestly, it's not been announced. We're still waiting on the announcement for Anthony Joshua's next fight, but if it is Daniel Dubois, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's a great fight to have in the UK, in Wembley Stadium, an all-British affair. And I think you've got Anthony Joshua, the man who's been there, seen it and done it and wants to do it again. And then you've Daniel Dubois, the man who is coming of age, who wants to go there and do it. I think it's a brilliant fight. Absolutely fantastic. And if that is the fight that we get for Joshua next, take my money. That's what I gotta say on that one. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you look at Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois the same way I do? Like, that fight just guarantees carnage, that it's just going to be an epic clash, and the talk is we're going to hear of a press conference by the end of this month. We should know, obviously, in the next few weeks. Let's wait and see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed it, people. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And as always, people, I'll talk to you. Peace.